different name.
Now, speaking of ease in the kitchen, our series, Casual Cooking, we focus on simple dishes that are staples in any home.
Right.
Because we lead such busy lives, it's helpful to have quick and easy dinners ready to go, especially with a growing family.
I did it again. On this episode of Casual Cooking, we explore the versatility of breakfast and a delicious twist. Let's check it out.
Okay, everyone, we are back in the Heritage Kitchen for another installment of Casual Cooking, making cooking more approachable for our friends out there. We are joined once again by 9 and 10 producer, Amy Maestros.
Hey there, y'all.
Now, Amy, I'm seeing a lot of breakfast elements here, which is already getting me excited. What are we making for the folks at home today?
Well, we are going to be having a breakfast set up here today. So we're going to be making some spiced home fries, some lovely bacon, and French-style scrambled eggs.
Let's jump right into it.
Yeah, let's go. First things first, we're going to be adding our potatoes into this pan, but that means that we need to get some fat going. Our primary fat for all of this food is going to be butter. That's 2 tablespoons right there, and then we want 2 tablespoons of a neutral oil. While we're waiting on that butter to melt, let's get into the bacon. So, I have a kind of unique way of doing bacon, which is I am going to let it sit for a while. And the reason for that is I'm gonna have this on a low heat. So on this gas oven, I have this around 3. What I wanna do is render out the bacon fat. I think that a essential bit of kitchen know-how is knowing how to chop your own onion. So first off, I'm gonna be peeling off that outer layer. And notice how I'm not throwing any of this away. It's going into its own little separate pile. Then you're gonna take your onion and you're gonna score it down the sides like this. Then you're going to be scoring it down the middle like that. Half an onion that you're not gonna use anytime soon, or maybe some leftover greens that are about to go bad, maybe some carrots in the fridge that you're looking at and going, I don't know if I'm gonna eat those, I'm out of hummus. Put it all in your freezer bag. So our butter is just about hot enough that we can add these potatoes in. And keeping them on one even layer. We do not want any of these potatoes overlapping. You put it on over and you wait 10 minutes. While we are waiting on our potatoes, which are gonna take about 10 minutes in that pan, all on their own, we're going to get started on our French-style scrambled eggs. Now, this is very simple. It's all about technique. We're gonna be putting 4 eggs in here. Next, we're going to be chopping up some butter into some tiny itty-bitty pieces.
Now, why are we doing that, Amy?
Because we're going to be incorporating these pieces into the eggs themselves. This is not going to be in the pan. I'm going to start tossing this bacon into the fat around it. Just look at that. Look at those bubbles as they come on up. That's all that air being incorporated into the fat. Take this bacon out of that hot pan. And we're going to be transferring it onto paper towels, and we don't want any of it to overlap once again. So our timer for our potatoes just went off, and they are sounding gorgeous. Onions on top. Put that lid right back on. Another 10 minutes. Now that our potatoes are going to be sitting for another 10 minutes, let's get started on our eggs. And this is interesting because you're going to be using the whisk for the whole process. But notice how that butter is now slowly melting into our eggs. Let's see, look at that texture. Look at how light and fluffy those eggs are. Our potatoes are almost done. We just need to get them all nice and stirred up with our preferred spice mix. look at that. We are now good to start plating up. And just like that, we are done. As you can see, I sprinkled a little bit on top of those potatoes, that extra spice mix, and a little bit on top of those eggs.
But I mean, as far as like eating the eggs straight, you don't need to necessarily put them on toast?
No.
Okay.
The eggs are great straight. It's more just a demonstration of how silky these things do end
Oh
up.
yeah, yeah.
Like if you wanted to with a knife, you could probably spread it.
Let's take a little taste of this bacon. And as always on Casual Cooking, we're gonna make sure this entire recipe, step by step, a shopping list, everything you need to recreate this at home, it's all gonna be available on 9andTenNews.com.